Writers, welcome again. We have been working very hard on a whole bunch of gathering of ideas using, like we talk about our strategies for generating our personal narratives, using any people stories that we can connect to, that we care about, things that matter, places that matter to us. We also have worked on what objects we might notice. All of these make for generating any kind of writing in our lives, making small moments, writing small moments, an easy task for us. We've also referred to some of the qualities of what a good personal narrative should have, such as writing little seed stories, not to write a giant watermelon idea or topic. Zoom in so that you're telling the most important parts of the story, including true, exact details from the movie that you have in your mind. Also remembering that you can add in a few of your own author's craft types of things if you can't remember certain specific elements to the story. And the idea of beginning with a strong lead, maybe action, setting, dialogue, or a combination of any of those. So we've talked about these types of things. We've written all kinds of different small moments. In fact, if you think back to the years before, you might have collections from previous writers' notebooks, much like I have. Lots of these stories you've actually heard and can even remember. Well, when it comes to the final time of actually picking one seed story to take to the final actual end result, what we want to do is actually go back and reread different pieces, different stories, different small moments that you've made. So I'm going to model what I might do in order to try to pick a small moment story that I want to take to a full piece, published writing piece. And I'm remembering this one that I wrote about the swim team, which, if you remember, I think I read it to you last year, where I was on the block, really nervous. And the funny thing is this is about when I think I was in 6th or 7th grade, but remember, we have Kelsey is in our class, and it was Kelsey's mom I was actually swimming against. So that's sort of a funny one. But I don't think it's really what I have passion to write about right now. Remember the one about the Diet Coke one. We'll look at that. Remember the one about the hair salon, getting the hair, and with my 3 kids, and the hairdresser calls me and says, "Oh, you can come right in," and how she thought that'd be so easy for me to just run right up there and get my hair done. No, that's not really calling to me today. This one might be a good one to share. I don't think we've shared this one, but long ago. It says, the distraction of attention seekers continues to annoy a teacher so desperately trying to have 6th graders see the importance of bringing a snapshot alive on such a perfect fall day. I guess I'm reading this because I'm remembering the lesson that we're going to be doing about snapshots is actually coming, and it's just funny because this could have actually been a lesson we might have done today. Laughter continues even after many warnings and talking, further disturbs a teacher, making her so happy for the 3:15 bell. Is this what a fall day with the smell of football and the sound of lawnmowers is all about? Should a teacher have to be so irritated on such a beautiful day? Should anger brew so much from kids taking advantage of the situation? The sun, however, keeps shining and the clock ticking until I am free to enjoy the day. I don't really think that's going to fit into a nice piece to develop for today. But I am thinking of the one, as I'm looking, coming to mind is something that did happen this week, having to do with my favorite day, Tuesday, Zumba. And I go back to the piece I wrote, I think it was, I have to go to all my years. Which year is which? This is this year. That was last year we wrote Zumba, right?
Yep.
And I thought of this because I'm thinking, this is coming to mind, as I look, coming to mind of the fact that you've had a couple substitute teachers, and it's been hard. And my Zumba teacher, how much you know how I love her, she's pregnant. So recently, we've had some absences and substitute teachers. And I got to my class on Tuesday, and we were a tiny bit late, or she was late, and I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be a sub, it's going to be a sub. And I shared with the people around me, this must be what it's like for my students if, in fact, they don't see the teacher there, what that feeling is, because I really, you know how much I value her. I'm looking for the piece. Value her coming and actually having my Tuesday fulfilled. I'm thinking, as I find it, that might be a piece that I'm going to take to full piece, just because I am feeling passionate about still Zumba, but also about the idea of being away from you for certain things, and that's been on my mind. So I think that it's an issue that does matter to me, and so I think that's probably a piece that I could dwell in on. I think what I'm going to do is star that, and I'll come back to it, because that could very well be one. So then I look more throughout any other ones, and this is where I'm talking about the, I'm trying to remember if you know of remember any of these. This was that whole idea of the challenging time, working part-time and working full-time, how hard working full-time was. Do you remember me talking about that at all last year? No. As I look through here, and what you're going to want to be doing is looking through back at your pieces to figure out which pieces actually matter to you and that you have some kind of passion for. I am going to show you a few of the items and steps that you're going to take, because in a minute what you are going to do is actually look to choose a piece. And I'm remembering that it is over here on this chart. Your job is going to be to go back, choose one entry to develop into a published piece. So you're going to, just like I did, reread the entries thoughtfully. Just like I did, go back and think about which ones were sort of fun, which ones were maybe relevant, which ones that you care about particularly now. Then you're going to star the ones that do matter to you. There could be plenty of them in there. Eventually, though, you're going to pick the one that draws you in and actually says, you know, pick me, pick me. It's one that you really are interested in making sure you have the full story there, beginning, a middle, and an end, and that you have the passion to want to take it through the drafting process. We are going to write many, many drafts on this final piece, and eventually it will be a published piece that we will share, whether it be inviting your parents in or with the 3-4 or even 7-8, but we will somehow share it. So you are going to want to pick something that you really are interested in doing, something that matters to you.